All right. I worked with a guy back in Minnesota a long time ago who I got referred to him, and he was, at the time, he was 32, married. He had two girls that were twins that were, I think, like 5 and 5. He was a mortgage guy, very successful mortgage guy, doing good. He had a primary residence at the time, and he had 2 rentals. I go through the data gathering thing, find out all this stuff, and I find an account with $175,000 in it. It's an IRA that was a 401k that he rolled over to his new employer. And so we're going through this, and I said, hey, tell me about all this stuff. He goes, well, I really like real estate. Love our house, got a couple of rentals. I like rentals because I'm handy, like meeting people, doing background checks, pulling credit reports, pounding nails, cutting grass, taking phone calls. I'm okay with that. I'm young. Wife takes care of the kids. It's all good. I'd like to do more of that. I said, okay. So I got over to the IRA statement. I said, tell me about this account. And he just kind of went, what's there to tell? He said, it's just a dollar number. It's a dollar figure on a piece of paper in my basement in a file cabinet. It does me no good. It goes up in value. It goes down in value. It's useless. I said, you add new money to it? He goes, are you kidding? I said, okay. I said, I got an idea I'm going to just run past you. Don't have to do it, you know, whatever, it's up to you. But what if we surrendered that account? He's 32 and he's making a lot of money, so he's in a high tax bracket. And we figured that if we surrendered this account, we'd probably lose about $75,000 to penalties and taxes. Sounds pretty bad. I said, your accountant, if you tell your accountant this, he's going to wonder who I am and probably want to have a conversation with me. He goes, don't worry about my accountant, that's fine. Doesn't look very good. Notice I used red for the penalties and taxes. Here's what we did. Now, I know you can't do this today, right, as we sit here today, but rules change all the time. As you know, I mean, the mortgage business, good Lord, we got a new thing every day that says change the ratio, do this, do that, get a second document, get another check stub, whatever the case was. But back then, you could buy an investment property and put down 10%. There was a lender called Ohio Savings in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, interesting, that would do a rental mortgage at 10% down, and what they would also do is if the rent was $2,000 and the payment was $2,000, they'd call that zero, which is really what's happening in your checkbook, even though they like to use that 25% vacancy factor. So we took this $100,000 and divided it by 5. And we got our hands on 5 $20,000 units. And in 5 months, he took that 175 IRA and he bought 5 $200,000 homes for a total of $1 million worth of real estate in the summer. And he turned his 175 IRA into $1 million worth of real estate. Was that a bad idea? He didn't think so. I didn't tell him to do this. I showed that what was possible. He chose to do it. Now, let's just say that his IRA has a really, really nice year. And it grows by 10%. So he had $17,500 in value to his IRA that year. But let's just say that his real estate has just a nice year and appreciates by 5%. His real estate value grows by $50,000 that same year. So he's taking on half the risk and getting 2.5 times the return, and he's doing something he likes to do. So his agent sold him 5 houses that summer. Is that a good summer for one client? Sure. And I'm here to tell you, there is a lot of money on the sidelines. In cash, IRAs, something. That if someone says, gosh, I sure would like to have a second home, but I don't think I can afford it, you might go, well, wait a minute. Would you be open to a conversation about the possibility of making that happen? And they might say yes. If they do, handle it yourself, bring a guy like me in, bring in Todd. We might find this, and you might be having to put a new client in your car. List their house, sell them a new one. Who's to say? 5 properties. He's now got 9. Because this added 2, this added 5, and he's since gotten 2 more, so he's got 9 plus his primary residence. Questions? The one question I always do get, and I'll ask it myself, is couldn't he have done that inside the IRA? And the answer is yes. Now, back when we were doing this about 12 or 13, 15 years ago, actually more than that, that wasn't very popular back then, buying real estate in IRAs. Okay? It wasn't really out there. So we didn't go there. But let me just say this about that. And I was having this talk with what's our friend's name back here that left?
Tim.
Tim. Before you guys all got here. IRA isn't a numbered plan, but it's still an IRS tax code plan, individual retirement account, right? So they write all the rules. And the thing that I think about this is, when you sell a house, what's the tax that you pay against the sale? What's it called? Capital gains. And about what rate is it?
On some bracket, 20? 15,
yeah, 15 plus 4.63 plus 3.8. Can we just call it 20? Capital gains tax is roughly 20%. What's the top ordinary income tax bracket today?
37.
Yeah, it's 39.6. So roughly 40, so twice as much. The minute you take a beautiful asset like a piece of real estate and you pop it into an IRA, you lose capital gains tax treatment and subject it to ordinary income tax, so you double the tax hit when you go to sell that house. So you choose. I would far rather see you do it this way and get it and keep the tax property that real estate enjoys today than subject it to possibly twice the tax in the future. Does that make sense?
Same thing.
And once a house goes into an IRA, you had better not go change a light bulb. You had better not fix a faucet. You'd better not mow the grass. You'd better not set foot on that property. Because if you do, you've encumbered or enjoyed your IRA, and you'll get taxed and penalized for doing that. Okay? Far easier to control real estate outside of those tools than inside. Now, I've got clients with the house is just an asset of the IRA, like a share of IBM stock would be. You just got to know that it's going to lose its tax fair treatment. So then people will say, well, I'm just going to donate it down and pass it on to my kids. Well, did you use and enjoy that property or not? The answer is no. Is that what we're here for? Okay. Any questions on that, guys? Lots of money out there if you're willing to ask some questions. Hey, by the way, if you got any money that you just wish you could do something with, but you're afraid to or don't know what to do with, they might say yes. And you got a story to tell. Especially if they say something regarding real estate, like they have a bigger house or a second home or rental property or a vacation property or whatever the case is. Open the conversation and just see where it goes.